Well, hello, model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Raul, and here I've had a really good weekend. Enjoyed the weekend that just passed and everything. It's actually Sunday night for me right now, but this is going to be Wednesday's video, which will be October's 1st. So I'm going to do my stash ads video. So I figured I was going to do that, do the timing and everything. And so before I get into that, though, I wanted to make a shout out to our sponsor, Hobby Nut Models. He's working on getting some more inventory in and everything. Unfortunately, the kits I grabbed today, or in this video, I didn't get from him, but I do have some kits on order with him. We've been talking, just waiting for them to arrive and everything. So, he's got some challenges as far as getting some stuff in, but he's working on it and getting going there. But I just wanted to give him a shout out. Check the link in the video description below. But here's one that I picked up locally, and kind of a whim thing, and just was looking around at it and just browsing around in the store, and that's kind of how I found it. This 58 Christine Plymouth here from Revell. This is the Pro Mod kit. Don't know much about Pro Mods and everything, but I was looking at the pictures and everything. Looks like a great kit from 1993, Revell monogram. I did know at the time I built the Pro Street Thunderbird, Matt and Debbie Hayes, back at that time. Really thought that kit was cool. Matter of fact, I purchased one or two more of those to relive that build because it's one of the ones I sold or I got rid of. I remember selling it on eBay. Wish I didn't, because wasn't my best work, but it was a really nice model kit, and I'd love to have kept it, but for whatever reason I let it go. But after picking up this kit and looking at all these pictures and finding that I got it for $29, and I felt that I really couldn't go wrong at that price. So after checking eBay and finding out that apparently this was only issued the one time, people were asking $75 or $100. So I definitely really did good on this one. So I'm pretty happy about all of that. And it looks really good. Everything's, I put the windows in a bag and the tires in a bag. One window fell off. Everything's still bagged. Of course, it was a sealed kit. I pretty much just took it right off the thing. But body's twisted a little bit. So I'm hoping I can straighten that out. The front and rear pieces glue into it. So hopefully that squares it out. Getting the windows in, hopefully that squares it out. But I'm not really sure how it's going to work out. I haven't had the greatest luck straightening bodies. I've had some successes and some failures. So that's a video for another time. But I find just, patience with it tends to help. But when it comes to the car itself, though, big fan of Christine, the movie. And kind of like the movie car and everything and how that story is portrayed. Know quite a bit about the actual, Furies. I own a 71 Fury, my station wagon. That's, another kind of reason for it. But this one I just thought was really cool. The AMT one, I'm going to build that one stock. I know it has its issues, but that still looks to be a pretty good kit as well. So I added this one to my stash, and we'll move on to the next one. Here's another one that popped up here locally while I was just in a shop, just looking around, seeing what they got here. The 65 Mercury Comet BFX from Mobius. And Hobby Nut Models is trying to get these in. He hasn't been able to get them. And I'm going to get another one. But this one here locally. And not everybody carries Mobius models. So even here locally, sometimes finding one. So I have the other ones as well. So, and I did pick up the 427 version from Hobby Nut Models. This one's got the small block in it, hence the BFX and what I'm learning about some of these cars. So, being the fact that it's a small block and very rare, but these race cars, apparently they only came in white or red, and they all had red interior when it comes to the 65 Mercuries. So I was wondering why I either see them red or white, but I found out that's why. But a pretty interesting car. I'll probably build it box stock. Enjoyed the other Mobius race cars I've done. So I'm kind of looking forward to this one too. Not going to start this one anytime soon, but I'll definitely be doing a comparison video on it. So we'll continue on to what else I got. Now that was going to complete my purchases and everything, except for on Facebook. somebody asked one of my friends about a local swap meet here locally, and I'm like, well, the swap meet's next weekend. We got a couple of guys that run swap meets only, and you can find some good stuff at some of these, but you never know. So I went to this one. It was Glendale one, and it happens twice a year. The other guy does twice a year because there's actually two. But it's just kind of funny that he had his this Saturday, and next Saturday is another one here locally. So looking forward to that one. But they're just swap meets. And this one, there was, I don't know, 8 vendors, kind of small. Never really know what you're going to find. Knew some of them, the guys, so got to see them. But here's a guy had some buildups. Now, if you know me and cars that I grab, I have a hard time passing these up. AMT 59 Ford Thunderbird convertible, and this one was $10. So I had to open the box and look at it, see what we have here. So here's a rebuilder, but none of the custom parts have been glued on this one except for these fender skirts, which, but the windshield frame has been broken, but the interior is all there, shifter's kind of in there. But for me, the selling point was it had the mirrors. Those are often broken off. And the same thing with these fender ornaments. Some people call them gun sights. Those are usually broken and gone. But this one is brush painted. It's got the moon discs in 3 of the 4, and it's got another one here. But this chassis here, rear bumper, fins, it's all here. Just needs some re-chroming. But this one didn't have the Continental kit glued on it or any of that stuff. Matter of fact, sometimes when the brush paint is this heavy, sometimes these skirts, they'll pop right off, but it looks like it's heavily glued. But this one was $10. I didn't even, try to barter or argue with the guy. I found, just in the chrome parts alone, that was worth it. And I have, the sad part is I've got a bunch of these already because I have a sickness for these. I've got 2 more 59 hard tops, a resin 59 hard top, and I got 1 more 59 convertible already. As far as ones to build, not to mention the black one that you've seen featured on the channel. That one is built. So, I have a hard time passing these up. But like this one, it was $10. But he had a whole bunch of these. So when it came to his selection, he had another one marked here, SMP 60 Thunderbird convertible, which is funny because they're not SMP, they're AMT. But they were related. But this one, it's not a 60, it's another 59. But this one, and same thing, $10. It's dirtier, definitely needs a good wash, but the windshield frame is not broken. It's got the spotlight mirrors, which these pop right out. The holes are always there. All the emblems are on it. No bodywork or paint, just had the decals put on it. All 4 hubcaps all the way around. And the same thing, chrome is coming off the bumper a little bit, more, but taillights are there, chrome's there. It's got the exhaust tips on it. The underside is unpainted. Had the seatbelts glued on, but the entire dash is glued and crooked. But, the entire interior, so none of the custom parts other than these exhaust tips are on here. But same thing, the fender sights on there, they're not broken, they're there. All the emblems are there. So this one will probably clean up really nice and very easy to restore this one. And even the glass looks like I can polish this one out. The other one, the glass was stained. So another 59 Thunderbird to add to my stash. And I don't know how many that brings the count up to. But not to be finished, he also had this 60 Thunderbird convertible. But he had this one at $20, and the box is here. So I was just kind of curious. So the first thing I did is, wish it was $1.49. That'd be cool. But I opened it up immediately, and I saw the chrome tree. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Is this thing built or not? Here's the Continental kit, Ford valve covers, the antennas here, the fender sights right here, both of them. The mirrors are right here. Like I said, all 4 of the stock hubcaps, then reverse chrome. Here's the rear bumper. I started looking a little closer. Here's the body. Now, the windshield frame is broken, but it's all there, and that could be easily patched. Paint on it's a little heavy, but nothing custom glued on it. Now, the 60s, the hood opens. The 59s, they're molded closed. But there's, you know, the whole engine compartment, the firewall, the interior, not touched at all, nothing glued. So it looks like only the body. And I wonder if the body was swapped. That's kind of what I'm wondering. Only because, you know, everything else is in here. The hood's in here. It hasn't been used. Matter of fact, I've had a heck of a time. Here's the hood hinges. I had a heck of a time finding those, and I resin cast those before. Molds are long gone now. It's got all 4 tires, the 2 screws, the steels, promo style, and even the instructions and the decals. And the decal sheet almost looks like it's usable. I'm going to scan it. I don't plan on actually using it or anything, but it's all in there. And then here's some of the other things that gave me a kick out of it. We got all of the parts here and extras, like the glue-on fender skirts. There's 2 sets in here. Not 1, but 2 sets. So we got the tonneau cover, which I've actually not had a kit with this before. But this one has a tonneau cover, the dash, another firewall, windshield that hasn't been glued to anything. So this right here is score. Got multiple sets of the custom taillights. There's 3 of the custom. Here's 2 of the stock taillights. The 60 T-Birds have 3. Okay. Steering wheel. Both tonneau covers are Continental kits, if I could say that right. But here's the Continental kit cover. There's the one side. There's the other side. This one has the one that has a wheel that fits in it. But it also has the Thunderbird script on the back. It has a 60 Thunderbird script. I haven't had this one before. The radiator's actually in here. This tank is here. A lot of times these are missing. Front bumper. It's got a bunch of goofy extra parts too. Here's the steering wheel. Those are all critical parts for this. But here's a set of custom taillights from something. Not really sure what. Got a 3rd Ford valve cover in there. Got a tri-carb setup. Looks like from a flathead too. These for the wheels. I got this funky, intake here. I'm not sure what that's from. It's definitely not stock. Here we got a windscreen from a plane, a much smaller. This is from a 60 Ford taillight. I got a kick out of that. So looking at some of this stuff. But I noticed the engine. This is not a Ford. This is a Mopar big block. It's like, all right, that's interesting. So it's missing the engine. It's missing a couple parts. I have a 60 Thunderbird with some parts. I actually have another 60 convertible body, hoods, and an engine. Got another 60 rebuilder as well. So I've got parts. And, for $20 and this having everything, I pretty much, jumped on it as well because of all of that. So this was another one that I just couldn't pass it up. Didn't need it, but I couldn't just leave it, if you know what I mean there. So we'll get all this packaged back up, and got one more to show you. I'll leave that in there. And this was the other score, which this is my box. It wasn't in this box, but just threw it in there because I didn't want this thing to get broken. But check this out. AMT 67 Corvette, asking $55. And my buddy Dan Doan actually saw this and pointed it out to me. He's like, aren't you looking for one of these? And while I had already gotten one, which I've kind of shown on the channel, but this thing, we were looking it over closely, and it's AMT, and we noticed that there's nothing wrong with the body. Don't see any custom things done to the body. It has the custom hood, but the windshield frame isn't broken. The glass is in there. It doesn't look like it's too heavily glued. All the rest of this is all in there. The stock wheels, the front bumper, it's all pretty much there. It's missing this part, which, I can get from the other kits, but I've not seen one that actually says 1967. So I'm not sure if AMT ever actually made that part say that, but the engine's in there. So not completely stock, but being that it has a completely stock body. And then, of course, it's got the small block in it, with twin carbs and velocity stacks. So it's missing a few parts here and there. But it's also kind of built kind of funny. The interior is kind of shoved in there. The chassis is bowing. But it's coming apart real easily. But nothing damaged on it. And it also came with a stock big block hood, 427. So if I rebuild one as a big block, but I want to do one as a small block, which was my goal with the other one. So got pretty much all the parts, but now I have a very nice mint body. And it also has the hard top here, but it threw me for a loop here for a second because I noticed, I'm like, wait a minute, this is textured. And looking it over closely and realizing this has got some sort of really thin vinyl tape on there. So pretty cool. You know, it may just come right off because it started to peel off and you can see where it's trimmed and whatnot. So this may come off, but it's got the top. But this one will get torn apart and stripped for the use of the body and everything. But the only flaw I see in it is, looks like in the paint right there, something stuck to it. But that looks like it's in the paint, not in the body. But, there's just a few things. Got some re-chroming is going to need to be done. A little bit of body work. But this was a score. And this ended up being the very first thing I bought when I was there. But so that one will get thing. And, I did barter a little bit, so I got it for $45, and I was happy with that. So that finishes up everything that I scored there. So that was quite an adventure, but wasn't planned on this one. Next swap meet, that's very next Saturday coming up. Kevin Lutz from Missing Link Resin's going to be in town. Going to hang out with him. My buddy Scotty in Tucson's going to be up. So I get to see some of my friends. They all go to this other one. It's not a show. It's another local swap meet. A lot of the guys come and, sell their kits and stuff. So a lot of stuff comes available. And you find stuff like this, but, finding annuals like this doesn't happen very often. But, these, for the prices and everything that's in there, I couldn't just leave them. So I picked them up and everything. And thanks to my budget and this channel and all you guys watching and everything, really does make it a little easier for me to afford these deals when I do find them and everything. So for that, I thank you guys greatly for that, because the channel supports my addiction here of model kits and everything. So that's been a real big blessing, you guys watching and all of that that comes along with it. So again, thank you guys for tuning in, subscribing, all your comments and everything. I really do appreciate it, you guys. You have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time.